back to stories of freedom. As soldiers come home, they bring their memories with them. One group of men who rode Predator Road in Iraq met with songwriters to turn their experiences into a song.
It's a road.
It's bad. It just feels bad.
With a reputation.
It just kind of felt heavy.
A road that hits eerily home. A route that they all patrolled at one time in Baghdad.
Late '03, early '04 is when the IEDs started to pick up in Iraq. There was always injuries or deaths that happened on that road.
So we were targeted big time because we made the road safer for the rest of the coalition.
For soldiers,
there was just lots of close calls. Just IEDs heaven. It was just everywhere.
Predator Road.
That road, you always felt something on Route Predators.
These men are retired, serving at different times.
Everything sticks with you, sounds and smells.
But came together to talk about that fateful place. Each one of their convoys hit by IEDs at some point.
When we find out we're going down that road, we make sure we get in to the phone center, call home, just tell her I love yous. And
still remembering the loss.
We got hit and everything went totally white and smoke, and you could smell the smoke.
Bradley Commander Herman Herrera.
I yelled at my guys. I was like, "Are you guys all right?" And I looked up, and our radios that are bolted into the Humvees had been blown all the way off.
For Predator Sergeant and team leader John Wall.
I always had that fear as a leader that I could lose someone else. There were spouses, parents that would ask, please bring my son home safe.
His greatest fear came true just 2 days after Christmas.
Private Clinton T. McCormick was killed December 27th, 2006.
On that road.
Yeah, I was in the vehicle in front of him. An IED blast went off, and piece of shrapnel hit him in the face and killed him. He was assigned as a gunner for the lieutenant's vehicle, so that's what made it worse. I wasn't in the same vehicle. There's absolutely nothing I could do.
Still dealing with haunting memories.
He was already gone. In the vehicle, there's nothing I could have changed, but still hard.
They share their experiences, their heartache, at a writing session with songwriter Jay Clemente. Opening up their hidden wounds, woven together in a song called Predator Road.
It's time to roll the dice tonight, down Predator Road.
Talking because they do remember. They survived.
I still struggle with it. Predator Road is just a bad place to be.
They say that every place has that symbolic road.
Down Predator Road.
They hope that this song brings hope to other soldiers and their families to help heal the heartache.
From visible wounds to wounds you can't see, some experts say better armor is helping soldiers survive explosions they wouldn't have in past wars. But more and more are returning with traumatic brain injuries. Now, one former soldier's amazing story and his fight to regain his memory.
Imagine not being able to remember
I returned from my last deployment.
the name
It took me months to get his name down.
of your own son.
I could not remember my son's name. Your card, buddy.
For Tyler Daly, a once sergeant,
It makes me really sad to even think of that.
he came home
But the thing that was even more sad about it was he was actually named after one of my good friends that died during my first deployment.
with an injury you can't see.
I was on a patrol in the back of a Bradley.
After 2 deployments in Iraq, more than a year long each.
We took a blast to the back, and I do not remember the blast.
Tyler felt he lost his world,
Until that point, I was really a solid soldier.
his memory slipping.
started losing the stuff, started forgetting about patrol times.
An MRI revealed a traumatic brain injury. And when all your worth,
My life became miserable.
your hopes, your dreams crushed.
It's devastating because when you join the Army, you're always wanting that next rank.
There are no physical scars,
It's now I'm very forgetful. Move forward, 8.
but the wounds are there.
I see streaks in front of my face when I move my hands across. I have bad balance now.
He reverted back.
I would say I was probably at an 8th grade or 7th grade level. I wanted to give up. Everything became so difficult.
But he slowly started to rebuild.
In the Army, they put me with a lady. She called herself a speech therapist.
Teaching him memory games, puzzle games.
So they got me back up to high school level.
But it was after he got out came the biggest challenge of his life. Here at LifeQuest Transitions, a nonprofit that helps soldiers transition back into society, he was challenged to go to school.
It was a 6-month school. It teaches you a lot about the human body and how to train the human body.
Taking college courses to become a physical trainer.
I would literally be forgetting the words out of the teacher's mouth as she was saying it.
He says 4 or 5 hours every night, reading over and over. But he did it.
Draw a box or touch the corners of a box with your nose.
And now he's a trainer at LifeQuest, helping other soldiers overcome the odds too.
Don't give up. I was close to giving up myself. I was miserable every day of my life, but you can make the best out of it.
His TBI still makes life a challenge.
It's a very slow progress. It's nothing that, you only have one brain and it's very complex.
It's something he still has to work on every day.
One more. We do lots of eye drills and stuff. I'll watch my finger in until it doubles and then back out. Pull, there you go, pull. Get the momentum up, there you go, 3 feet.
He hopes his story, his journey, will help others too.
Good job.
As for Tyler's son,
He's a great little boy.
he says the hard work gives him purpose again. The payoff of simply remembering a name
His name is Grant.
is priceless.
Coming up next, many soldiers come home with post-traumatic stress disorder. How one nonprofit is working to get soldiers out moving again.